Cool, man. I sent you the link, Anthony. So, Adam, did you hear about the chat room? Tree Breeze. Yeah, it has roots all to the mycelium network. So just connecting with the tree connects you all the way to all the roots to mycelium network. And you just get nourished by that connection. Evelyn, welcome to the High Vibe Love Tribe. Thanks for hanging out. We're just kind of winding down from our dance portion session. We danced for 1 straight hour, and then we've been like cooling down now for like 6-7 minutes. So welcome, come. We're hanging out. We're gonna put on a guided meditation. I'm not sure if you heard the singing bowl, but I heard some ring-a-ding. Look, Michael's in. Thanks for coming, hanging out, brother.
Man, thanks for being back and being there to hang out with.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Happy to make us smile.
Yeah, man, it's amazing, and I can remember catching the High Vibe Love Tribe, and just like the fact that people can join in and dance, and just that they were inspired to do that was amazing. Yeah. And like, I don't move around that much, and I need exercise. I'm always trying to like get myself to exercise, and it's easy with you, man. It's just like, let go and just do it.
Stretching and legs up the wall. They say if you do legs up the wall every day and you just do it till your legs fall asleep. Some people it takes 30 minutes, 45 minutes, some people less for their legs to fall asleep, but you just wait till your legs fall asleep. And as soon as they fall asleep, you hold on to it for as long as you can, because it starts to get uncomfortable once they're asleep. So
wow.
Every time you just try to hold it for as long as you can while it's uncomfortable. And I've like held it for minutes of uncomfortableness after. So
I never heard that.
Yeah, and it increases your lifespan by at least 20%, because they say longevity of life has to do with leg strength. And part of the legs up the wall is your strength, like you're stretching all of your ligaments, and you're just like stretching it, and like you're just like not getting it stuck, because part of aging is when you get stuff stuck. And then you just get more stuck and more stuck, and then it's not fun.
Yeah, that's interesting. Every morning when I wake up, I kind of like stretch my legs in all sorts of positions, and I feel the energy like going through them, just to like make sure I'm good, for the day.
Yeah, man.
Very cool.
So good.
What's up, Evelyn? Good to see Evelyn. Evelyn's from the live stream.
Woo! Yeah, what's up, Evelyn? On the live stream. Thought it'd be fun to record myself watching.
What's up, Cynthia?
Just got notified I have to press replay to dance. Yeah, and you can still be dancing now. It's just, just make sure after you're done dancing, you do the cool down like we did if you continue dancing.
Yeah. I love that, Evelyn.
Smiling is good.
For sure. I'm going to go refresh my water.
Yeah, man. So how is everybody? It's got like a whole bunch more people just came to hang out. Oh, we have people on Rumble too. Yeah, spring water's so good. So just a little bit of lithium is what we need, like 1 microgram of it a day. You can have like 75 micrograms and not feel ill in any way. But all you need is the one.
Woohoo! Ginger.
Cheers to love, to our water, to nourishment, to feeling,
I
connecting, and
love you. I
vibing
love you. I
all
love
of the
you.
water molecule souls together. Yeah.
I was in the habit for a long time of telling my water, I love you before I would drink it.
And there's actually stuff happens when you do that. It's the most amazing thing.
Yeah, Michio Kaku inspired me to do that.
And not really taught, right? And even dissuaded from. That's strange, right? But I love all you know. Thanks for coming hanging out. Love and gratitude always to my water. Yeah, and just nourish the world. I do that whenever I'm in a body of water or ocean. I connect all of my vibrations and molecules and I send it right into the ocean.
Love that.
Just as strongly as I can. And I just swim and I go underwater. And I was even under ropes in Jamaica where they start blowing the whistle because I'm like way too far and stuff, right? So I love to swim like a fish.
Yeah, I feel like when I jump in the ocean, I definitely feel like I'm enveloped in the universe or something. It's amazing. You can feel it all.
Yeah, I'm nourishing the water and just putting all my love and nourishment into this water and into the ground and just all the vibrations that just feel this energy radiate out. Feel radiation.
Amazing.
That's the radiation. They hijack shit. They hijack everything, right? Even lithium. They hijack it all. And then they use it against people. They just let them. Not less and less is the good part, right? I've noticed major changes in the last 5-6 years. It's all this crazy stuff.
This is cool. I feel like I'm on the Missing Link set.
Yeah.
It's awesome. So Jesse Howell is back, huh?
Yeah, man.
Awesome. I feel like asking you, so what's next? But I feel like this is it right here. This is what's next. This is the moment. It's only the moment, and this is it right here.
The here and the now.
Yeah, man.
Every day is a new here and the now.
It's good to see you, brother.
Nice to see you too, man. Ready for guided meditation?
Yeah, man.
Everybody ready for a guided meditation? So we start off with the dance session, and we dance for an hour. We did a cool down, nice little cool down. Now we're going to do a guided meditation. We're just going to find something that's going to guide us to a nice, happy state, connect with your body, get your liquids that you need, just right beside you. If you're in a good, relaxing state, then you better not have to move there. H3. Today. Discovery of Victoria's mineral water springs dates back to before gold was discovered. The mineral springs right by Anthony's house in Australia. In 1836, Captain Hepburn found the Hepburn Mineral Springs, and late in 1847, John Egan found Deep Creek Mineral Springs. During the gold rush, many natural mineral springs were discovered as creeks and riverbeds were worked over. Shafts were sunk and surface areas were sliced. Sloosh. All the gold. Split the gold sloosh. And as demand for timber grew, timber workers also discovered springs in stream beds. Mineral water would have been a reef. Refreshing. This is fun, says Marsha. What you create and dream to life in your now. What do you want that vibration to do? You can't always explain what and feel how you respond to it. Ready for the meditation? Oh, yeah. Okay.
What's up, Alley Cat? Good to see you. We're just cooling down.
That was
Jesse was dancing for an hour. I was dancing for about 20 minutes, but it was awesome.
Okay. This one is Soothing, Healing, Love, Guided Meditation by David G. So he does lots of our High Vibe Love Tribe guided meditations. So hope you're all ready now. Is that volume okay, or is that?
I don't hear it.
Yeah, that's so low. I don't. Let's figure out technical difficulty.
Where are you playing it?
On SoundCloud.
Let that go. Let's do that one more time. Long, slow, deep breath in.
You sharing it from like a tab?
Yeah. It's.
There you go. That should be better. Is it playing?
No, it's the same thing. For some reason,
No,
I have it on.
I can't hear you now.
You can't hear me?
It must have taken over your audio.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go up.
Oh, and now Jesse's gone. Well, I guess while Jesse's waiting to reconnect his microphone, I came on because I love Jesse so much, but I've been vibe coding lately and creating some incredible stuff on the web. And I created highvibelovetribe.com. It's free, and it's going to have a live chat room where oh, I couldn't hear Jesse. You guys can hear me. It's going to have a live chat room that anyone who's logged onto the site can chat in a chat room. I know everyone could go on Facebook and just chat with each other at any time, but this is like instant room, right? Whoever's signed on to the highvibelovetribe.com can join a chat room instantly and chat with each other. Video chat. You can video chat with each other, which is kind of cool. Vibe coding has been really amazing. I've been doing some cool stuff. I wonder where Jesse went. Evelyn said she could hear Jesse. I couldn't hear him when he was talking. I just saw him talking, and I couldn't hear him. What's up, Lunar Sunray? Good to see you. I shared the stream on my page, and it looks like a bunch of people joined. What's up, Jesse?
Hi. Let me.
If you simply close your eyes.
Can you hear that?
And allow yourself to hear all the sounds that are going on around you.
Probably a bit loud.
Just listen to the general
Can you hear me okay?
hum and buzz of the world as if you were listening to music.
Hi, can you hear me?
Don't try to identify the sounds you're hearing. Don't put names on them.
5-minute walk from
Simply
home.
allow them to play with your eardrums.
5-minute walk from home.
And
Hey, dears, full mineral waters, naturally
them
infused, about 2.5 grams.
in other words, you
Okay,
can put it,
so
let your ears hear whatever
let's
they want
start
to hear.
this over. Can you hear this okay? Can you hear me okay? I can hear you well, okay, says Evelyn. Awesome, thanks. So, yeah, right there. That
So
over.
now, the easiest way to get into the meditative state is to begin by listening.
Can you hear me?
If you simply close your eyes and allow yourself to hear all the sounds that are going on around you. Just listen to the general hum and buzz of the world as if you were listening to music. Don't try to identify the sounds you're hearing. Don't put names on them. Simply allow them to play with your eardrums. And let them go. In other words, you could put it, let your ears hear whatever they want to hear. Don't judge the sounds. There are no, as it were, proper sounds or improper sounds, and it doesn't matter if somebody coughs or sneezes or drops something. It's all just sound. And if I am talking to you right now and you are doing this, I want you to listen to the sound of my voice just as if it were noise. Don't try to make any sense out of what I'm saying, because your brain will take care of that automatically. You don't have to try to understand anything. Just listen to the sound. As you pursue that experiment, you will very naturally find that you can't help naming sounds, identifying them, that you will go on thinking, that is to say, talking to yourself inside your head automatically. But it's important that you don't try to repress those thoughts by forcing them out of your mind, because that will have precisely the same effect as if you were trying to smooth rough water with a flat iron. You're just going to disturb it all the more. What you do is this. As you hear sounds coming up in your head, thoughts, you simply listen to them as part of the general noise going on, just as you would be listening to the sound of my voice, or just as you would be listening to cars going by or to birds chattering outside the window. So look at your own thoughts as just noises. And soon you will find that the so-called outside world and the so-called inside world come together. They are a happening. Your thoughts are a happening, just like the sounds going on outside. And everything is simply a happening. And all you're doing is watching it. Now, in this process, another thing that is happening that is very important is that you're breathing. And as you start meditation, you allow your breath to run just as it wills. In other words, don't do at first any breathing exercise, but just watch your breath breathing the way it wants to breathe. And notice a curious thing about this. You say in the ordinary way, I breathe, because you feel that breathing is something that you are doing voluntarily, just in the same way as you might be walking or talking. But you will also notice that when you are not thinking about breathing, your breathing goes on just the same. So the curious thing about breath is that it can be looked at both as a voluntary and an involuntary action. You can feel on the one hand, I am doing it, and on the other hand, it is happening to me. And that is why breathing is a most important part of meditation, because it is going to show you, as you become aware of your breath, that the hard and fast division that we make between what we do on the one hand and what happens to us on the other is arbitrary. So that as you watch your breathing, you will become aware that both the voluntary and the involuntary aspects of your experience are all one happening. Now that may at first seem a little scary, because you may think, well, am I just the puppet of a happening, the mere passive witness of something that's going on completely beyond my control? Or on the other hand, am I really doing everything that's going along? Well, if I were, I should be God. That would be very embarrassing, because I would be in charge of everything. That would be a terribly responsible position. The truth of the matter, as you will see it, is that both things are true. You can see it that everything is happening to you, and on the other hand, you're doing everything. For example, it's your eyes that are turning the sun into light. It's the nerve ends in your skin that are turning electric vibrations in the air into heat and temperature.
You do
It's
that.
your eardrums that are turning vibrations in the air into sound, and in that way, you are creating the world.
Creation,
But
creator.
when we're not talking about it, when we're not philosophizing about it, then there is just this happening, this, and we won't give it a name. Now then, when you breathe for a while, just letting it happen, and not forcing it in any way, you will discover a curious thing, that without making any effort, you can breathe more and more deeply.
Would you like it?
In other words, supposing you simply are breathing out, and breathing out is important because it's the breath of relaxation, as when we say, and heave a sigh of relief. So when you are breathing out, you get the sensation that your breath is falling out. Dropping, dropping, dropping out with the same sort of feeling you have as if you were settling down into an extremely comfortable bed. And you just get as heavy as possible and let yourself go. You let your breath go out in just that way. And when it's thoroughly, comfortably out and it feels like coming back again, you don't pull it back in, you let it fall back in. Letting your lungs expand, expand, expand until they feel very comfortably full. And you wait a moment and let it stay there. Then once again, you let it fall out. And so in this way, you will discover that your breath gets quite naturally easier and easier and slower and more powerful. So that with these various aids, listening to sound, listening to your own interior feelings and thoughts, just as if they were something going on, not something you're doing, but just happenings, and watching your breath as a happening that is neither voluntary nor involuntary. You are simply aware of these basic sensations. Then you begin to be in the state of meditation. But don't hurry anything. Don't worry about the future. Don't worry about what progress you're making. Just be entirely content to be aware of what is. Don't be terribly selective, particular, say, I should think of this and not of that. Just watch whatever is happening.
I feel nice.
Amazing.
Okay. Sweat lodges have been some of my most profoundest experiences. Hot and dark, and all of a sudden the visions come, and it's like light in the dark, and your eyes are closed, but all you see is light. It's like it's the neatest experience.
Yeah. I was just reminded how, one, I don't move my body quite enough, and how amazing it feels and how easy it is to do. It's free, and it's just so energizing, and like you feel it, you, especially if you're doing it with intention. It's like it's amazing. So that was one, and now, just now, like Alan Watts is one of my favorites, and I used to meditate regularly, like in a group every Sunday, and like very intentionally, and I have not done that for a long time, and man, it just all came right back. My eyes were closed, like you said. I was seeing faces, and Jesus and me and you, and everybody here. They were like flashing everybody's face, people I don't even know that are here. Amazing.
Yeah, this frequency and energy and vibration that we're all connected and bouncing in. So all our molecules are all bouncing. Even see the table is molecules and bouncing. A table like knock, 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 knock. And we're all connected to all that.
Yeah, man. Totally. New perception coming through.
Yeah, best to breathe it all in. Breathe.
Mm-hmm. That, I never heard that particular Alan Watts meditation. That was awesome, really. Thank you for sharing that. See, I think those are some of the things I want to put on the website, like resources to meditations. That can be a whole section, on the website. Meditations to do besides the community aspect of whoever's logged on at the time can interact with each other. There's also resources. I think it's going to be. We could do so much with it.
Totally. Someone just posts, I'm meditating with this right now. Anyone want to join me? And like, it's, we have like collaborated meditation,
Spontaneous meditation. Whoever's there, whoever happens to log on might happen to be there to receive it because they're supposed to be there, right?
Yeah.
I love it.
I believe that if we are honest with ourselves, that the most fascinating problem in the world is, who am I?
Wow. Like super delayed. When I talk, I can hear something in your background.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I echo.
Let's see if.
Now I can't hear you at all. Sometimes I feel like a nut. So yeah, I could hear that time it was still echoing. I was like hearing me talk it as I'm talking, so I just keep
weird.
going the best I can.
That's weird. Oh, you guys are hearing that too, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with my microphone. Let's see if
Well,
I
your
turn
microphone
this.
is picking up what you're hearing, because what you're hearing is through your ears. So it's just about the microphone and the speaker position, because so your speaker is picking up wherever the microphone, what you're actually hearing.
How's that? Is that any better?
No, that got louder.
Oh. So weird. I wonder if it's because I'm on YouTube also.
Oh, it could be the YouTube that's playing in the background.
But the volume's off on the YouTube. It's weird. I mean, it's not coming through my speakers.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's what it is, but I can still hear.
I don't hear an echo, but all of a sudden I couldn't hear you before. So let me go out and come back in.
Okay. So yeah, so this is the healing frequency portion of our High Vibe Love Tribe. We're just kind of hanging out, and people come in, people go, and whoever hangs out at the time we chat. Evelyn and Echo. Yeah.
Yeah. How's that? Any better?
Now I can hear what he hears. No, it's good.
Now there's no echo now?
No.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I don't hear the echo. Test. Oh. I heard something, but it was very low, not like before.
Cool.
Clear here, perfect. Help, I'm trapped in Jesse's brain. I feel spring water frequencies in here. Yeah, lots of spring water, right? So, and like, so when you drink spring water, so not only you go and you collect it and you just, have real water from the mountains, you nourish and drink it. So you're connecting from the mountain water into this, like, collective, grace we've been blissed into.
Yeah, I love that.
So time for some more spring water.
I remember a friend of mine told me a story. He went to Hawaii for a little while and lived on a farm there where you like live and you work as, just to be one of those programs. And he was just talking about the whole experience, about how in the morning he'd be in the fields, like digging in the dirt, like pulling out the harvest or whatever it might be, and then in the evening they'd all sit around and eat the food. And I'm just like, wow, I wish I lived like that. That sounds just so connected, like to the real system, not the fake system.
When I was in the hospital in Thailand from when I broke my foot, they like treated me like so good. It was like I was like just amazed how nice and caring they were. And and the food was like so nourishing, dragon fruits and like real fruits. And like I'm like, well, the stuff they sell or they give in the hospitals it's like slop compared to this.
Oh yeah, totally. My dream is to wake up and have fresh pineapple all the time, just there, available.
And coconut.
Yeah, just wake up and eat the fruits of the land and, be connected to it.
And watch out for the coconuts falling.
Watch out for what? The coconuts falling?
Yeah, 100 deaths per year. Like I see
my God.
a statistic of it more than the shark. For people have to worry about coconut more.
Oh my God, that's crazy. Imagine that. Oh my God, my uncle died. He got hit in the head with a coconut. Not laughing at that, but it is kind of interesting.
Maybe people should wear helmets. Oh yeah, so Tibetan Singing Bowl. We didn't play any of that yet.
Yeah, man.
So I'm gonna get to that right now. Let me know if you can hear it okay.
Starting to hear it, yeah. Feel like it's ducking out a bit. I think you got to turn off the background noise removal.
Yeah, it's checked. And yeah, I can still hear me. It's the trickiest thing. Just wear a helmet. Yeah, sometimes I think I need a helmet. Cool eyes, man.
That's Max.
Max, cool eyes. When Hawks, he looks, his just has light inside of him, and it's just like
it's so cool. Yeah,
you're just like wow, and it's like when you see that coming from dogs, it's pretty
crazy.
special. No, for the coconuts, good to drink them. Coconut water is some of the nourishing stuff that you can have, right?
And tasty.
It's simple what we should be putting and nourishing our body with.
Yeah.
But they make poison taste so good, so people willfully eat it. It's a wild system that was created to
yes.
Foster people's own self-destruction.
Yes. Paul Everton, telepathy would banish lies and evil forever from mankind. That's where we're headed, my friend.
Yeah, there's definitely shifting to knowing.
Yeah. Evelyn, where are you from? I forget. Are you from UK? I forget where you're from. I know Vivian is from Hawaii, but I forget where you are from. Evelyn's one of the audience from the live stream.
Okay.
And the Sacred Spiral Network, too, which is a very cool network. Telepathy is part of our evolution and restoration. Yep. Evolution happening before our eyes. We're a part of it. It's what they say when they say it's an amazing time to be alive, right?
Certainly is for me. Even though some things could be hard, but it strengthens us, right?
You know, I was just going to say, I've gotten to the point where I kind of sometimes feel like I enjoy adversity. Knowing it's taking me to a better place, you know?
Well, they've made us get used to it, so might as well think it's going better no matter what happens.
That's a good way to look at it, too. Oh, yeah.
Citizens in Santa Barbara County, California, currently solving. Do you know what solving is?
I don't know what solving is, but I do know that the Sacred Spiral Network is mostly on the West Coast in California. A lot of the people who listen to it, and then they have a audience in the UK as well, and Australia. A lot of psychic mediums and astrologers have shows on there. The metaphysical. Peace and certainty when you're on the right side. I think the peace and certainty is the right side.
It's the only side, and the only side because anything that isn't is just divided from it. And so
Right.
people choose to divide themselves from it. And so it's only it. There is nothing but it unless you want to divide yourself from it. And
Right.
that's where we've become lonely because most people have decided they would take the programming to divide themselves from it.
Yeah.
Themselves. I'm dividing me from me. I'm going into two, and then they see people got split personalities and give them like drugs and shit, and say this will make you feel better, but you're gonna want to kill yourself. It's like what? It's like they can actually legally sell something fucking like that. That's a trip.
Totally.
Pardon my Frenchy French. Danish community very touristy. First, mankind was changed in giving lives under 1,000 years. Then, after being violated again, the reset and genetically shortened our lives to no more than 120 years. Our restoration will be even greater because we'll acquire full restoration with limitless potential.
Wow.
I love that.
I love that. So I'm not here to like promote myself or anything, but the live stream of consciousness, which you're familiar with, you were a guest on. I love these topics, and so Paul, I would love to talk to you. And you know, if anybody's got something interesting, an interesting opinion, an interesting experience, the thing about the live stream of consciousness is I don't deny anybody of their experience. It's a safe place to be and tell me who you are and be who you are and share who you are with people who are accepting of whoever you are, because we're all each other and we're all here to take each other home and be each other and be one, and that's what it's all about. So Paul, I love the things you've been saying. I would love you to reach out to me, Mr. Z1 at AOL.com. I'll put it here in the chat, Mr. Sorry, Jesse, I'm not trying to like promote or anything, but you know, this is the great community.
It's the reason why you should be promoting and not saying sorry for it.
Yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate you.
You too, brother.
Evelyn, I'm so glad you showed up, Evelyn. Thanks for being here.
What we were before being genetically modified, this is what will happen, limitless and greater. What we were before, well, I don't know if I, align with that one, but we'll be definitely magnified from everything that and more. So I see it a lot more
Totally.
connected and close. I agree, Jesse, says Evelyn.
Awesome. Cool, Paul.
Very
Yeah, definitely. I'd love to speak to you if you're willing. I'd love to know your thoughts on AI. What's AI? Where does that sit in the big picture?
Yeah, and he's just finished like doing his, he did his show, connected people, interviewed people, played music.
Awesome. Amazing.
And he just came to an end, and it was like great, like with
Yep.
us, with the Missing Link.
Everything always changes into the one thing that never does.
Yeah. I'm non-GMO as much as possible. Yeah, the more natural, the better. And that's why local farmers market, farmers, depending on where you're at, it's the local people that grow it, like especially like honey. You'd never buy honey from any big bucks store almost ever. And you just get it from somewhere local, a local bee, because it produces the enzymes for that area that you're breathing in the air that you need to be taking for those nutrients. Is the exact enzymes what you need. And so local honey will be like at least 50 to 100 times more nutritious for you than anything that you could buy in the store. And some has zero nutrition that you buy in the store, so you would know that would be a lot more than 50 times for those.
Totally. Yeah, I was listening to something earlier that was talking about how local food is the best for you because it's got the frequencies, it's all tuned. It's the most natural for you to eat. Anything like if you eat something that's been shipped from the other side of the country, it's not gonna vibe as much as something local.
So when I was about 17 was the first time I ever really ate any seafood, and I was hanging out with a lot of Asians, and I was eating some shrimp. So I was able to have some shrimp for a little bit, and then I don't know, maybe a year or so after eating it, I became really sick from it, and it didn't make me feel good. And then when I moved to Mexico, to Cancun, the guy at the house where he was cooking the shrimp says, "You can have some shrimp," and I said, "No, it doesn't. It's not good for me at all. I really don't want to eat any right now." And he's like, "No, you have to. Like, this just comes fresh from the ocean." And I'm telling him, "This doesn't make me feel good. I get really, really sick and from this." And he doesn't speak a whole lot of English, so we're talking this in Spanish as much as I've learned for the time that I've been living there.
Yeah.
And although this was right at the beginning, and so we were speaking English, Spanish, like translating and the best that we could but he just kept telling me he wanted me to eat the shrimp, and I said, "No, man, it's not going to make me feel good." And he's like, and this is what reminded me from your story, because it gets farmed, like it gets shipped in from the ocean, so the transport time makes it not fresh. So he's like, "This is fresh stuff." He's telling me that this is not the same, and I'm like, "Man, but it really doesn't make me feel good." And then after about 2 hours of while everything's going on and cooking and preparing and stuff like that, I said, "Okay, I'll try the shrimp, man. If it means that much to you." He wouldn't stop, right?
Did you get sick?
It didn't make me feel as bad as the farmed in stuff, but it didn't make me feel good. And so I don't eat seafood or fish. I've never liked seafood or fish. I'm a really good fisherman, and when I was like 13 years old, I caught the second biggest fish that ever came out of the lake.
Wow.
At 13, and everybody's like, "Oh, your dad's caught such a nice fish." I'm like, "That's not his fish. His fish is the little one." I'm like, that's the fish that I caught.
That's a great story.
And so I'm 13, and this thing is heavy, and I don't really like the smell of fish, so I'm trying to carry this thing so this thing is not going to slime me as best I can to hold it up and not get sand all over the fish thing. So I'm struggling at 13, and I asked my dad if he can help me. And he's like, "Well, it's your fish."
Oh my God, that's hysterical. That's so funny. Yeah, I was not really a big fish eater, but I do love shrimp. Oh, Evelyn, that's awesome. An organic farmer, beautiful box of produce weekly. Amazing. You are blessed.
And I get why for the shrimp, because they're like bottom feeders. They eat all the shit. And so if they're eating the waste, it can't really be nutritious for you. I'm sure it's going to do a opposite of nutritious.
Interesting, yeah. Yeah, they're bottom feeders, Evelyn said, yeah. What was your nightmare, Evelyn? Maybe there's no coincidence. Maybe we brought up shrimp for a reason. Let's investigate. She said she had a nightmare about shrimp.
Nice, Anthony. One constant thing is change. I'm so blessed to know an organic local farmer and get a beautiferous box of produce. That's a cool word, beautiferous box. I really like your word there. And how blessed am I? And
Super.
I like to say blissed instead of blessed, because blessed is like be less, and so like one of those words, those spell words that they make people think. So I'll say blissed instead of blessed.
I never heard about that one. I never heard about that one.
Yeah, it's BLESS, be less, right?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I get it. Yeah.
But bliss, like blessings is good, right? Like, so.
Yeah, bliss is good.
Yeah, and that
joy, bliss.
Adam, that's a great story, and I love it. You're a great man, Jesse. Oh, thanks, Adam. Always kind. Adam is always so cool to come hang out with. Maybe 40 years ago, but not now, says Evelyn. Seriously want to hear it? It's
the dream, yeah. Her shrimp dream.
When I went to Japanese Village, and my friend, she was taking me, she's a social worker. She deals with abused women and stuff. And so she's taking me to Japanese Village, and I eat the shrimp, and after I had to sit outside on like downtown, and everything is going crazy, and I'm sitting on the curb in like a nice like suit and on the sidewalk, and I couldn't really move for like 45 minutes. I felt fucking like ill. Like I was like, I never felt like that. Yeah, I was gonna like throw up, and like, so I didn't have it for the longest time. And then I went, and my girlfriend's sister was getting married, and they asked me to set up the stay and the stag for both of them. And when I took him out to Japanese Village, it was the first place they want to go to. He ended up having some shrimp, and I had drinking some wine, and I didn't have any shrimp, and he was leaving his shrimp, and I kind of liked the shrimp, but it didn't make me feel good that last time. So I was like, should I like try? And so I had some of the shrimp, and I had a bunch of wine at the first place, right? And then I had a bunch of the food, and I had a bunch of the shrimp. Whew. When we left, as we're going to the next, I have all the clubs. I know all the bar places, so I have all the clubs lined up. And I need to go. I need to go to the washroom, and then I just released everything out, and it came out like clumps, like in the sink. Like I just I felt bad that I had to roll for anybody that had to like dilute it to or scoop it out or whatever, because it was like it wasn't running, and it was just and then the rest of the night I didn't feel like super awesome. And so then that was the last time before I ate that shrimp in Mexico, and the guy wouldn't shut the fuck up. He just wanted me to eat this shrimp that I told him it wasn't going to make me feel good.
I bet that was the last time.
And we're at his house, right? No, I don't eat it again. I remember I was mashed up, like really, really inebriated, and I'm at after hours, and we went for some food, and people didn't speak any English, and I'm telling them I can't have anything with swim, water, fish, no fish, nothing swimming, and the soup came, and I took one bite, and everything went out of me real fast. So we're glad we were outside when I ate it. So he just went out. Okay, I see the link here. Oh, it must have bounced him over. Okay.
I don't know. I clicked out by accident. Yeah, but I was looking at Evelyn's comment about her dream. Oh my goodness.
It's kind of like a fresh market, and there are vendors trying to sell local food. This one man asked me if I wanted some shrimp. Oh, jumped a bit. Oops.
Part 2, yeah. That's all right. No, I put that in. HighVibeLoveTribe.com. Sign up,
Yeah.
people.
Yes.
Part two.
Oh, here we go.
There he is.
Yeah, I'm the madman.
What's happening, man?
Hey guys.
Are you mad?
No, I'm gonna have to like turn off this other feed. There we go. Yeah, hey, I never thought I'd be here tonight. Let me just
Wow.
there. So yeah, high vibe. So I drink alcohol.
Cheers. Nice.
Minerals and pH levels 10. So it's really high.
Awesome. Do you make it yourself?
No, it's called 24/7, and they're all over Niagara region in Ontario here.
Cool.
And I met her, and I said, what an amazing idea for clean water.
Yeah.
But she also sells reverse osmosis water, which is great for plants, cleaning, brushing your teeth. Not really for drinking, though. I've seen people buy it, and I asked them, "Is this for drinking?" Because I wouldn't drink that one.
Yeah.
Like buy the alkaline for drinking.
Yeah.
The other stuff is fine for plants. If you love your plants, they love acidic. And
the opposite. It's the opposite, right?
We're getting the opposite with the chemtrails. They're making the earth alkaline, so it's bad for growth.
Mm-hmm.
Everything they do is harmful. The opposite of what you and I would do.
Yeah.
Opposite. Including what we would put on our family's dinner table,
Yeah.
Yeah, I put that reverse osmosis water through the Santivia filter afterwards because it remineralizes the water, right? So when you reverse osmosis, it's dead water, so it's not the same as live water.
Yeah.
So, but you can remineralize it with, and then you can structure it. It helps make it live, when you restructure it.
But it's like spring water to plants and food and vegetables. I mean, they love that reverse osmosis. Even though it's dead, it's like got no chemicals and nothing in it, like zero. So nothing harmful, and it's acidic. So it's good for you. Yeah, I was talking about the Anunnaki and what we were, and I study different religions, so I love the topic, and I'm definitely willing to look outside the box, and that's very isolating. The more you learn, the more isolating you feel.
Can be. Sure, it can be, definitely. It's hard to find a balance sometimes. But I've been thinking about the Anunnaki a little bit in a way too, because to me, and I don't know if this is accurate, maybe you can tell me, the Anunnaki were light beings. Is that accurate?
I don't think of them that way. I think of them as the sons and daughters of the Creator, like us.
But were they physical beings though, or
they were physical and compatible? They could procreate with us. So, and they also altered what we did look like to look like them. So the Sumerian tablets in the Bible fit when you retranslate the Hebrew, because they deliberately manipulated it. And even the name Vatican is Latin for divining serpent. I mean, they're talking about this. Their god is the serpent, and his name is Godriel. So they got everyone. They inserted the word God all over the Bible. They replaced other names, like Elohim doesn't mean God. It's Anunnaki. It's like mankind, includes women, children, men, and Elohim includes male, female. And in the Sumerian tablets, it's a female, a top scientist, high-ranking top scientist who made us in their image. And in the Hebrew Bible, the mistranslation is Ruach. It's like Ruach of Elohim. Ruach translates as a female noun.
Mm-hmm.
It's a girl. So it coincides with the Sumerian tablets and that story. And having gone through the Sumerian tablets, it showed that they live over 400,000 years. So they were, but what we lived is not known. See, we may have lived 400,000 years. All I know is they genetically modified us like the corn that we're eating. So what we were and what we are truly is not known. But by listening and looking at their stories, it makes more sense to me that what we were may have been really a threat. I believed we were telepathic, but I also think that their story, they destroyed their own planet. So even though they lived over 400,000 years, they do die. They do have a death day, So they're not, so their physical bodies have a time limit, and ours does too. But they changed ours twice that it's documented. We lived up to 1,000 years, and then we lived, 120 years, and they're dropping that down pretty well with all the chemicals and everything in the food. So we've never been stopped being genetically modified, and the restoration coming is we're going to be what we were before all of it. So it's completely unknown and limitless potential.
So this is great. My question is it cyclical? Is that what's going on? It's just a cycle? Like what's the catalyst of what's going on?
It has to be a cycle.
November is like the end of a 186 year cycle, and it's like a reset cycle, and they need to keep us in low vibration, and they're really good at it. I mean, I've seen them. The technology is there. I mean, they can, most people that are, there's a white genocide now, but yet the white people really are the ones that built civilization. Like they built it in Africa, and beautiful, and the sewage and everything, and then they left, and now it's just a shithole. They never upkept it, when the white people left. So they want the world to be like India, where we just poop over here and whatever, walk away, la 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 la. Everyone smells like poo, How you doing, huh? Don't shake a hand.
I was living in Cancun, and I was, working out of this Sunrise Marina. And my buddy, he's like, Jess, you gotta come take a look at this. And he has to clean the bathroom, and he opens the door, and someone literally exploded all over the walls and shit. I was like, I don't envy you right now.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
What I found is in every religion there's truth and lies. So Gadriel is basically a part of all of them. I think his religion is like the Talmud. Like that's his people, his chosen, But when they say they're the chosen one, they are, but it's him. It's not like the creator. He's the God of this world, so his name is God.
But it's not just the one book. It's all of the scriptural text has, there's no one more than the other. They're all, in that same vibration, and it not allows people to be free, and it makes people afraid. And it's like when I first read the Quran, I couldn't fucking believe what I wrote. If you don't listen, you're gonna burn in hellfire. You don't listen, you're gonna burn in hellfire. You don't listen, I go, what the fuck? I'm gonna burn if I don't listen. This isn't a fun read.
This isn't a fun read. Can you leave a review on Amazon of the Quran? This isn't a fun read.
I think my faith really empowered me to see what see through the veil, and it made it clear to me. And that was a prayer I had long ago, that I wanted to find you, I want to know about you and get to the truth. That was always been my goal. And I feel like knowing the truth, it showed me how smart Gadriel was, and how he inserted himself and injected himself, made the Quran so it would hate the Jews and the Christians and make war with them and call them liars. Like the Quran calls the Jews liars because in the Talmud they stoned Jesus to death. So they all use the word Jesus, and that isn't his name. So that tells me he's involved with all of the religions, and Jesus is. These are all deflections, to deflect from our source, which is inside of us, the kingdom of heaven inside of us. So they've got us deflecting and praying to Amen, and Lord means bow. I mean, that's not the creator. So he's been inserted everywhere to make you pray, and that's why there's wars between, because like the Quran says, the Christians used a doppelganger and replaced Yahusha with someone else that looked like him, that he was not crucified. That's what the Quran says. And they also say that Jesus spoke as a baby in the crib, and then they quote him speaking. And so, I mean, they all worked. It showed me his brilliance and how he manufactured all these divisions. It was brilliant.
So can I ask you a question, Paul? All of this knowledge, all of this stuff you're talking about, it sounds like you have a lot of a breadth of knowledge from a lot of different sources. In all of those sources and what you're talking about even right now, the philosophy or the concept that source is the all and has divided itself into the fractals of us in order to experience itself. Does that apply to what you're talking about?
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's actually really quite beautiful. I think the Gita, the Buddhism really touches on that part of it, and how the creator is physical, and how it's like one of the material forms is water.
Water.
I was just going to say, like, water.
Us. Yeah,
in
water
the air.
Yeah.
So that makes perfect sense. To me, the creator is the beautiful, all love facilitator, and loves that we have creativity and loves to be a part of it. But the Anunnaki knew all this too. They lived for over 400,000 years, so they had access to our dome, the windows of heaven. They know how to get in and out. Just think Star Trek, and force beams, the golden domes. But they had that technology to come here and genetically change us so they could use us. But they found us fair and started, banging our wives, and we didn't have a choice. If they wanted a woman, and the Quran says that too. If you want to, that's why the girls cover themselves, because if he holds you with his right hand, he possesses you. He nullifies your marriage. So even if you're married in a church, in a synagogue, wherever you get married, and that marriage is nullified as soon as the guy grabs you with the right hand. I mean, this is not a religion. This is not a serious religion. This is this is ugly. But that's what Gadriel created it. The Jesuits, to create division between, to make an enemy of the Jews and the Christians. And really, the enemy pretends to be Jews. They're not really Jews. They're I don't know what you want to call them. They're the sons of God. That's what they are. They worship God, and God rewards them with wealth and power and prestige, anything they want. That whatever tickles their fancy, they can have it. But there's a price for what they have. And it's better.
I'm confused with what I asked you, because that's the philosophy I have, right?
Yeah.
And when you're talking about like the Anunnaki as this force that is, malevolently trying to control humanity.
Yeah.
Isn't the Anunnaki a fractal of Source?
Yeah.
Also?
Oh, yeah. They're brothers, our brothers and sisters. Even though they sinned against us, we're related. They're not alien. They're a product of the Creator.
Okay.
Just like as we are, but they came in, they manipulated us. What they did to us was wrong.
Right.
It was a violation. But that restoration is going to bring us to a place we've never known, and we've never heard about.
Yeah.
And we lived in the water. We were separated from the water, but we, like in our mother's womb. When we would leave the mother's womb, we would be born into living water, and it was pure and life-giving, and we were a part of it. We still are. just at a different level. You know, there's less
Yeah,
water.
got flushed from above us. They
Yeah, so it's,
flushed it, and it flooded the
Yeah.
earth. It was a real royal flush.
it's
Oh,
almost
God.
it's almost like the birth. It's almost like we're in a birthing stage. But the Anunnaki were not moral. They destroyed their own planet. They had massive wars, and they came here because they did so much damage to their own firmament that they needed gold to repair it. They knew how to repair it, but they didn't have the elements required to fix what they did.
Right.
So they found us, and they came here, and they entered. They came through the windows because they were smart. But I don't
Is
think
it
they
possible
created the
for
windows.
is it possible for us to heal them?
To kill them?
No,
Heal.
heal them.
Heal.
So I think it's because Paul's so angry because of the genetic manipulation that they did on us.
Sure.
They actually
Understood.
surgically dissect our genes and shit, made us live, not as long, because if you
Right.
don't live as long,
yeah.
you're much easier programmable, controllable. So they stopped that,
Understood.
because once you're after 100 years, lots of shit. So you're a lot harder to control. So if they
Mhm.
Yeah.
shorten that lifespan where
Sure.
people don't
We never get to that
remember
point. Yeah,
until-
no, I get what
never
you're
get to
saying.
that point.
We're
And
a
then
threat.
big
Yeah,
reset is
we're a
every
threat.
time. The big reset is every time people start to wake up from it.
Right.
Yeah,
Interesting.
we're a threat in our full capacity. That's why they have to,
Right.
But Gadriel's behind the vaccination, the childhood vaccination. He's
Right.
very smart. I mean, he knows. He's got ancient.
I'm on YouTube, so we just have to this is no medical advice to anybody.
No, yes.
Code word.
No medical advice.
Did
We
I-
are not professionals.
Yes, I
We're
am
just
not a
having a
doctor.
conversation. I love that.
And I'm
Good,
just
good catch.
yeah.
Good catch.
Thanks. Yeah, he knows, eh?
Yeah.
So-
No,
so, yeah.
I love this. I love this conversation, and I feel
Me
like
too.
yeah, I feel like there's a lot of kind of reconciliation that needs to happen,
Yeah.
just through the conversation and through our own minds, right? And so let me ask you another question.
Can I ask a question first? Can I ask a question
Sure,
first?
yeah, of course. This is your space, yeah.
Evelyn says they destroyed their planet, so needed us
Yes.
to repopulate. So, but
No.
let's talk about that, because I don't think that's the case, and I think that we're mining gold and shit, and that's where a lot of gold is going, and that's why gold is the way it is, and it's getting shipped somewhere. So if they destroyed their planet, then where they shipping the gold to, right? So
Yeah, so they can do, they can stealth in and out of here. I mean, they're very highly, technologically advanced. So they know how to get in and out of the dome and in and out of their own dome. But yes, they show I love about the Sumerian tablets is they admit to screwing up. They say our arms are too short, and then we were impotent, and so they've admitted to being flawed, which made it very believable. Very human. Even though they were advanced, they were still flawed, and they still fought, and they had wars and weapons of mass destruction. And but they made peace finally in their story. The North and the South, the daughter married the son, and they had peace on their planet or their plane. So they had a mission to get the gold, and they got all the gold under 9/11. We handed over our gold, and that's really the deal, it's gold and extraction.
They're extracting, they're fleecing all the people from all the gold, and they're hoarding it, and then manufacturing scarcity, and so that way they can control that people with it.
Which I think that our fellow man would happily do that for them anyway. We are giving people, if someone is in need, we would help them. I would gladly give them gold and help them fix their planet. Now they've learned their lesson, and I forgive them for impregnating our women and creating monsters out of the children that we're eating.
And so if that story is true, though, because you also gotta master of deception, make people believe that's how evil people were when it really wasn't, because I don't see it. I don't see that a part of history, but they can manufacture to make people afraid. And if they can make people afraid, then they're much more easily controllable, and they act sporadic and kind of insane.
And they do, because like a Christian, there are good Christians and there are some bad Christians. Like Jim Jones would be a good example of a bad Christian, and so that would include them too. They were very large, very big people, the children. So they killed the mothers, obviously, during birth. But yeah, it was wrong what they did, and I forgive them for that. The Creator was there all during the whole thing. So the Creator isn't a silent partner. He's very much a part of everything. And the darkness that we face, there's still an equal balance of light. So even though we're seeing all this darkness and there's the Creator is also balancing that with an equal amount of love and brightness.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, is there a, how do I put this? Is there a galactic coalition or collective or entity or that is benevolent and looking out for humankind?
I think that whatever your mind can imagine is possible with our Creator. So I would expect many domes, and I expect to be surrounded by living water. And I'm glad that this is going to end, in our lifetime. And it's good. It was very difficult, especially for anyone who cares about their fellow man. It's very difficult to see all the negligence in the medical crimes and all the, it's bad enough what happened to us during the Anunnaki stage, but even still after Noah's stage, to see this continue and through Gadriel's power. He's in charge here. He's not a sleeping landlord. He's wide awake. He doesn't sleep. He doesn't need food.
Is Gadriel a description of source, or no? Gadriel is actually just kind
Gadriel is the son of the Creator.
Anti-source.
Gadriel is the son of the Creator. He was transformed into a snake, known as a divine serpent, or Vatican in Latin, or Vatican, and he's also known as God. It's pronounced Gawd, but it's spelled Gad. But in the Bible, it's God. So he has inserted himself everywhere he could because of the power of words. So if you say his name, when you say, Jesus is my Lord and Savior and God, these are all ways to deflect your prayer and your heart away from the Creator.
I had a big problem for a long time with the word God, like just when I would hear it, like just because I felt like there was such a misconception on the most basic level. Just the personification of the idea, right, was what kind of bothered me, that people would say, and I would say, wait, when you're saying God, I would
take
be more
possession
concerned
of it.
Yeah, I would be more concerned with what they were like. Oh man, you're saying God, but this is what you're thinking, and it wasn't
possession of it
for me, right? So I started to replace it with universe and infinity and that kind of thing, and then suddenly, at one point, I came to terms with it, and now I have no problem with the word God, because I'm not listening to it from another point. I'm listening to it from my own perspective, and So, but it's powerful.
I use these words as a reference point because that's how people understand them or remember them or know them.
Of course, yeah.
But I always try to say, God is the divining serpent. He is Gadriel. He was the Garden of Eden. He's very old. He's older than Adam. So his age is unknown, how old he is.
I'm not super familiar,
And even though he was punished, even though it seems he was punished, right? He's still in charge. So he has a purpose. His role may seem very dark, but dark and light are part of all of this.
Sure.
And And the lifting of the veil is going to be very difficult for people that have
Sure.
saved God.
Yeah.
Or
That's
saved
why the lifting of the
Jesus.
veil is happening, and that's what we're
Yeah.
seeing is the diminishing of it.
Yeah, it's my favorite topic. I could talk about it for hours and hours and hours.
And what do you think, what part do you think forgiveness plays in that?
I think forgiveness releases us from the burden. You know, from carrying the burden. So
is that a good thing, or should we carry
No,
the
I
burden?
think it's good because
okay.
Even though Anunnaki violated us in a very bad way, I think,
Right.
because we live in a lie, you know, and Gadriel isn't helping anything. But Gadriel,
To separate
really,
yourself from yourself.
see, the thing about Gadriel is I don't hate Gadriel. Where that would be the go-to, you know, the devil is the enemy. He's a
and hate.
yeah.
It's hate, and if you go to hate, then you're exactly what you're saying you're against.
It seems so obvious. Yeah.
They take possession of it. That's my God's better than your God. It's like,
But I see what he's done. I mean,
are you really stepping away from God by dividing us right now with your words?
Yeah,
crazy, right?
That's the religion. That's why religions were created to divide us, and they were effective. And but Gadriel is a brilliant to me, and you know, I respect his role as you know, in charge here.
Interesting.
I respect that, but I don't pray to him. I will never bow to him or kneel to him.
Sure.
But I respect his father is my father.
Right. That's amazing. That's great. I respect his role, and that's the forgiveness.
It's very healthy to have that, and that's one thing.
Yeah, that's amazing, Paul.
Paul's,
that's
perspective on things, because it's very healthy to feel like that, brother.
I agree. I love it. And I'll be honest, Paul. When you first started talking, I'm like, oh boy, and like, I love that I was able to just like open my mind and listen to what you were saying. And like change the perceptions and you know, really great. Thank you. I appreciate it. And not everything you're saying I'm like, wow, that's it, that's the answer. You know, I'm still questioning some of the things you're saying, but I think that's the whole purpose of the moment and the exchange that we're having, right, is to you know, to kind of help each other through it, you know. So
and to share how we see it, how we visualize what happened to us.
Right.
And our true history.
Yeah.
And I found that all these different books have a little piece of the puzzle. I think that's how Gadriel did it. He made us seek and find. If you really want my father, prove your love to him. Prove that you want him.
Right. And be open to all of it.
Yeah. So even though his role is as adversary, he still doesn't think we're worthy of his father.
Right. And Jesse, that's so funny. What were we talking about earlier where I said I started to embrace adversity, right? Like I started to just like enjoy it because I know it's there for my highest good.
It's coming anyways, so why not enjoy it? Enjoy the fucking ride, right?
My favorite saying, my favorite saying is about snow. If you don't find joy in the snow, you're gonna have less joy in your life, but the same amount of snow.
And don't eat yellow snow.
Yeah. And like Matthew 7:22-23, Jesus himself says not to pray to him, that it's an abomination. Don't do it. He said it, and all the churches ignored it, even though it's right there, Matthew 7:22-23. He's basically said it's lawless. Because he knew what I knew. He knew that the Creator is in all of us. My Father is your Father. You know, and he's
doesn't matter which religious book you believe in.
It doesn't matter.
I take it even further, and I say, I am you. You know what I mean? Like if I'm yelling and screaming and hating on you, I'm hating on myself.
Yeah.
You can only separate yourself from yourself.
Exactly. I hate to have to leave, but I'm on the East Coast.
Don't have to. That
sorry, right.
I got your AOL. All right.
You're right.
So I'll get in touch and we can delve further into the abyss.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Jesse. I'm grateful I could be here, and I thank you both for this time, and I wish you both a good night. I have to go to sleep. I'm getting tired, and it's my anniversary tomorrow.
Happy anniversary to the both of you. Sending you much love and energy, awesome vibrations that it just feels in your journey tomorrow's.
Much gratitude, my friends. And I'll see you soon. And for those of you out there, don't forget to check out highvibelovetribe.com. Sign up for free. We can grow this community. We can use our collective energy to raise the vibration just like we all want to. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Faith Takes You Far, for that. I appreciate it. Thank you, Evelyn. Thank you, everyone, for being here. And good night, loves. I love you all.
Love you, brother. Thanks
Peace.
for hanging out. So, Paul.
Yeah, that's my favorite topic, but it's so deep. It's like going into the ocean and going where it's black, pitch black. But that's a comfortable place for me because that's where you find things.
And that's why I also don't, see the Anunnaki as adversaries. It's just a part of the evolution of where we are now.
And we were part of their situation. We were here to help them, and I'm glad to help anyone. But I don't think it's fair that we were lied to about it.
No, that's all we're reversing all that, right? So, but it's all been part of the creational story, right? So you have to have like what your healthy attitude is, have respect for it, right? And just know that's part of how creation is. So if we have a healthy relationship with all of creation, then we're much healthier and happier as we flow through this journey.
But we're also in the position for the restoration. If raising the vibration is so important, and sometimes you have to let things go, and these burdens, things that we carry generationally, and we just have to let that be at peace with it so we can rise up and evolve when the time has come. And it's going to happen in like 1 second, a snap of a finger. We're going to be restored. It's not a process. I love that. So it's not something that will happen over a week, but instantly. And I'm excited because the imagination is the limit. What we're going to be able to do. No more tears, no more death. So I'm looking at all these clues, what it's going to be like. Jesus saying, you will do greater things than me, bring people back to life, healing people. So it opens my mind to our potential and possibly what we were before. I see that we probably didn't need eyes if we lived in pitch black water. We lived in the abyss. That's where our home was. And sure, we still had, plants, and I don't know what it was like, but I know that we were there. We weren't spawned by the Anunnaki. We existed and we were changed.
We were very agrarian people at that time when the Anunnaki came here and started, integrating.
Yeah, but we know what they look like. They look like us.
And healthy agrarians.
And they live a lot longer, so they probably look amazing, like gods, that, like mythological gods, Apollo, Trump's favorite. Yeah, he's big on the Apollo, the king of Babylon, the new Babylon. I mean, he's just, helping it all come through. He's a catalyst, and he knows he's chosen and everything. I know he's chosen, and he's not good or evil. We can't look at him as good or evil. He's a catalyst that's going to bring us to this new man. And there, there's not many of us. It's only like 2% of the world, 160 million maybe. I think that's the number. And everyone else is all NPCs. They're all going to stay here and not come with us. So, but that's our faith. Our fate is our fate. If you want to rise, you just need to figure out how you can do that and how you can make yourself rise. You do it with your bowl. That's the tuning bowl, the healing bowls. I mean, that's a way to do it. I mean, there are things that are almost effortless that we can do to rise our frequencies.
Every man has a right to control his own destiny.
And I think we're in a final stage between July and November. And it's not going to be easy. But we can't give up. There's no point in giving up. Even though all these bills are being passed.
Did I tell you the swimming story?
Yeah.
And did I tell you the swimming story in China where I just didn't give up, just kept swimming? Well, Vietnam. And I just went swimming out in the ocean and the waves kept pulling me out. And I was like, I had drank in quite a bit of Hennessy bottles like the 10 straight days before. And I was out swimming in the ocean. I'm a real good swimmer. I'm like a fish. And so I just went out swimming into the waves, and I'm up and down the waves, and I'm just swimming. So I'm like way out there. And then I need to come back. And so I start swimming, and I start swimming, and I start swimming. And I'm swimming for like 5 minutes. I'm swimming for 10 minutes. I'm swimming for 15 minutes. I'm swimming for 30 minutes. I'm swimming for, and I'm not even halfway back. I'm not even a quarter of the way back, and I haven't stopped for like 30 minutes of straight swimming. And so I just kept swimming. I was swimming another 5, 10, 15 minutes. I'm swimming for 45 straight minutes. I'm swimming because every time the wave goes in, it pulls back a little bit more. Every time the wave goes in, the wave pulls back. So you're literally fighting against these waves that are wanting to suck you into the ocean, right? So I'm swimming and I'm swimming and I'm swimming and I'm swimming. And then all of a sudden my hand, as one of my strokes went down, I felt this rope. I was like, thank goodness. And I touched this, like, and so on the beaches and the oceans and like where they have tourist areas, they have these ropes every so far all the way down to help people to get into those waves. And it was just, I didn't see it, I didn't know it. I just all of a sudden I felt this giant rope, and I was like, wow. And so I just grabbed on and I just started pulling myself in, and I was able to get myself in without fighting the current pulling me out every time. So another 10. So I'm like an hour. I'm like 50 minutes, 55. This is after I was out there for an hour. So I'm out there for 2 hours because I was playing around for at least an hour. I don't even remember. It could have been 2 hours. Could have been out there for 3 hours. And I get back to the beach and my buddy's like, how'd you do that?
You're like the only person I know that had their legs separated from their body.
Both of them at the same time.
Both of them. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know anybody else like that. That'd be something. Hey, what do you do with my legs?
What was trippy was the needle in the back to freeze it all in order for them to like be able to do something like that. So now needle, as they stuck that in my back, I didn't feel it, but all of a sudden, when she was taking it out, she touched a wall or she touched one of the sensors, and I felt electricity in the bottom of my foot around my toes.
Oh
my toes lit up from something. The needle, and she just touched a cell wall or something, like a sensory point, and I felt electricity in the bottom of my foot. I asked if that's normal, and she says, yeah, that can happen because we're very electric, energetic beings. So every single part of us is attached, and it has a function. So
this is why we got 5G towers and all this technology, because they're trying to stop us from rising. They're trying to incubate us from what we're supposed to go, happen to us. They're trying to stop it. To me, it's obvious. I mean, even the water samples that we took, the lithium, the amount of aluminum, all to like weaken our immune system, and it's all
not lithium. So that's another spell one. So people are lithium deficient, and everybody needs 1 milligram of lithium every day. And if everybody can just get that tiny little bit, but lithium is not toxic to people, to man and to woman. So even if you have 75, milligrams or micrograms of this, it doesn't cause any toxicity. Right.
A dosage for like a antipsychotic medication is 600 parts per million. but the chemtrails was 500 parts per million, and there's a natural 25 parts per million that comes right off of the surface of the Earth. So we get that naturally. So it's 525 that we're in the rainwater. So to me, this is what's so brilliant about it. To me, I see Gadriel's intelligence and chemistry and pharmakia. The pharmakia that fooled him. That was the COVID. That was the whole thing. It was all biblical. It was all his script, though. Like he wrote the script.
But now we don't focus on the script, and we just focus on creation. We focus on the beauty and the magic, the creation and the cycle of life. The cycle of life. That's the stuff we have to focus on, because then we don't, put our energy and associate anything dark and where we don't want to be.
It's good to find beauty even in the ugliest things. Like if someone asked me, like, for example, if a girl asked me, what do I think of their dress, and I didn't like the dress, I would look for something I did like. I would say, and I focus on it. I love your hair. It goes really well with everything. It's sparing someone's, it's not really lying. It's just deflecting and finding good where there is none.
Well, but there's always good. So that's a harsh one to say, because there's
even when you can't see it,
there's always good, because beauty's in the eye of the beholder, and everybody's got a different eye for beauty. Everybody's got a different eye for beauty. So what's beauty? One man's treasure is another man's trash, or what's the saying goes, right?
Yeah, and everyone needs to learn that at a very young age, because you are all perfect to the Creator. And you are made perfectly, and the people meant for your life will see you that way as well. And the trick is to find them and to embrace them and incorporate them, and see what the mission you have together. Like you and I is a perfect example of out of the blue meeting, and you're on my show, I was on your show, and I'm retired now, so this is like the new aftermath table, formerly known as The Truth.
Well, that's why I totally wanted to just see where you were at and where your head was at and stuff, because you just finished. I thought that'd be perfect to, just get your take on how you're feeling.
Yeah, for sure. July to November, the final, hurdle, the final bump before God knows what's going to happen. But I know
you got all these predictions and like deadlines and stuff. So we need to have a lifeline.
It's crazy. I don't even know how this all happened and how all this. It's just like the Creator. My faith just pointed me where to go, and what book to read, and it really, like, the Creator really helped me a lot to find what I was looking for. And even having all the answers is still a total enigma. The Creator,
did you find it?
The Creator's an enigma to me, but like the most beautiful, most giving, like a motherly, facilitating, giving of itself. I mean, it's just, it's a beautiful. The Creator is a beautiful thing.
You see in others what you see in yourself. So when you see that in creation, that's what you see in others, and that same thing that you see in others, you see in yourself. That's why you see it in others. You're able to see it in others because you see it first in yourself.
Yeah. Even the worst people, I can find good in them you just have to look for it, and communication is completely transformed at that point. When you find the good in someone, you can touch that part of them and bring them out of their trauma, that whatever they're going through. So
the trauma that keeps them stuck.
Yeah. So I'm glad all of that is going to end. I'm excited to see what's going to happen to us. What we were before. I mean, that's what they don't talk about. If we're vibrating at a high frequency, I don't think people will see us that are in the low frequency. I don't think they'll see us anymore. That's like a rapture experience, but it's based on vibration, not on some miraculous event. It's just based on frequencies and no more death. The thought of oh, I'm sick, and it's gone. Being sick and having disease.
Sick is poisoned by the snake. That's
Yeah.
all getting sick is. It means you've been poisoned by the snake.
Yeah.
So do you want to keep getting poisoned by taking more poison from the snake to fix the poison that you've already been poisoned by the snake with? I don't really think that's a very viable solution. Doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I don't like what the serpent did, because his bite is through injections, through pharmaceuticals, and that's how he gets in. But I don't like what he did. He gave us the hardest mission in the world by putting blindfolds on us and expecting us to find the creator.
And told everybody to find it outside of you when all you had to do was look within.
Yeah, the internal connection. And I think the stronger your faith is, the more love will come out from you, and people will feel it, and it'll be in your music and in your words and the pitch and sound and frequency of your voice. Everything will make a difference. The power of words I had multiple shows on that because of how profound it was for me to see what the meanings of these words were, and even symbols, and how powerful that is, that Yahusha is the word. And to me, that makes perfect sense to me. He's the word. He was a word. He was a message. And that message, was abused by Gadriel. He mucked it right up. And I only found it by looking at the original. The original Hebrew showed where they lied, and right from the start, and how they created problems where there were none.
Just made up all the division bullshit in every single fucking religion except for maybe Buddhism. And people say, well, some of those Buddhists are violent too. Look at the Uyghurs or some bullshit. But I'm just talking about the actual goes within, be calm, be still, the actual teachings of it, not what people have done with those, teachings.
And each of these books, like, they hide little secrets. Each one has a truth in it, which is really crazy about the whole thing. It
has to make it believable. If it wasn't truthful in its spirit, then people wouldn't believe it. And so that's the easy way to get people programmed to not like people from different parts of the world, or color of skin, or the way they talk, or their language, or whatever the fuck reason they get people not to like each other.
Well, the Vatican calls him the fallen angel, right? But the Quran calls him a jinn.
Jinn.
That can change his form, like he can. And the Bible says he can make himself look like an angel of God, so he can change his form. And so they give a little each, but they lie and they tell the truth. So the jinn is made from smokeless fire. So fire, and not physical. So you can't shake a jinn's hand. You can walk right through a jinn. It's just like Aladdin, the genie in the bottle. Bewitched. They show us the truth and make it fantasy, right? That's how the magic works. It's how the sorcery works.
Sorcery.
The truth hidden in plain sight.
Propagated through the pharmakia.
Yeah. And the jinn is made from smokeless fire. And, the 10 Commandments came from the God of this world, did not. And it was not a bush that was burning in fire that didn't burn the bush. That would be a jinn. That would be a role of a jinn. So see how the different books have different information that conflict, but they have the truth and a lie.
They tell it in plain sight. Yeah. They tell it in plain sight, but they twist it in every single one to make you look in the other direction.
Yeah. So not that it really, made a lot of difference, but it did.
It did. It got people against each other. They made the big It made all the difference. It made people against each other, which made them against themselves. And that's how they've confused the world, because, you know, being against anyone else is against yourself. And if you really have been programmed that you need to be against others, that means you've been programmed to be against yourself. And if you've done that, you've gone exactly away from what your true essence and spirit and being and your soul print, whatever you do here, is because of it.
I see what he did is brilliant, and he made us, the only way to find the truth was to look everywhere, under every stone, and
except for ourselves.
It just makes perfect sense to me that he wants us to honor his father. He doesn't think we're worthy of his father, even though, you know, he's a snake. I don't think he likes being a snake, but he's still powerful and influential. And I know the AI data centers are going to be his link to everybody. He'll be able to access.
Not just that. So we've been on a systematic poisoning for a very, very long time. So it's the poisoning through all the different means and methods, the frequencies, even the vibrations they look, because they can't control love. So they're doing everything they can to destroy it. And so that's the only thing in the universe, or, you know, that can't be controlled is love. And it's just because you can't control that. So they do everything that they can to get you to destroy it.
It's been a crazy journey. And, you know, people like you, though, a lot of my guests have really helped open windows and, you know, help my perspective. The thing is to get out of the box that we're in. No matter what your religion, it's still a box. It doesn't matter. If you look down on someone else, you're in a box. That's how you know. And
that's why the Immortals, the book that was made into the Matrix, you know, there is no spoon. Like, it's just all spoon.
Yep.
That's why it's such a, you know, it was a very, almost like a documentary was the Matrix, because there's so much truth and reality to what's being hidden, the true essence of our being and what we're supposed to be here as.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what's going to happen. I can't wait to see the end of this, you know, this journey, and to see what we were what we were all along, and what was taken from us, and the full capacity of our brain again. Can you imagine? Using only 10%, we have 100 there. There's 100 there. We're supposed to be able to access that. That was shut down for a reason by someone very intelligent, very, you know, Gadriel's not a dummy.
It's like we're the fifth element, but we've been convinced that we're nothing.
Yeah. Isn't that something, eh?
That we're nothing. Could you imagine that people were nothing? We're pieces of shit. We're not worthy.
But imagine using your imagination, seeing something beautiful like a painting, and it being created before you, you know, the power
manifested into reality, really manifested. That's where they take like the stuff like the metaverse to be able to manifest that reality. That's why it's so appealing to people, because it can help them manifest a reality that they would like to be in, especially if their reality here is kind of shitty. So they want to put them into a artificial reality that takes them away from finding that true state.
Love is the key. That initiation, that true, beautiful, pure love is the spark that you know makes it grow. Imagine humanity all being based through love with full potential, and even our body's potential is not known yet. I mean, I'm excited. I'm very excited. Telepathy would just make it impossible for anyone to lie to us anymore. We'll know without even questioning who our friends are and who love us. I mean, it's going to be bliss.
Most people are gonna love us. Like, it'll just, like, you know, the ones that don't just, you know, fade away. So they're not even They're not even a factor. And my favorite scripture, I'm not sure if I told you, is the kingdom of heaven is within us.
Yes.
Of all scriptures, of all ones from, doesn't matter, A to Z, that's my favorite.
Yeah, that was a turning point verse for me too, because it brought it all together. Because it didn't make sense before, but it made sense when I got into Buddhism and how, you know, the creator, one of the elements is water, and that just, and light. So there's a light in us. They talk about the light,
The
and I
divine
understand
spark.
but we don't see the light, so we don't think about it. But when
The
we look at a
divine
firefly,
spark.
we can see the firefly has a light, and it's pretty insignificant on the, you know, on the cycle of life, on the circle of life.
Hawk the
So
puppy is light. So when I look at in his
yeah,
eyes, he has, I can see the divine spark. I can see the light, like the way he looks at me. And it's like, you know, I see that with a lot of animals, especially puppies.
the kingdom of heaven is within you. So there's a perfect example of that all living beings have a light inside of them, no matter how big or small, whether they speak English, whether they're Christians or Muslims. There's no factor. When the awakening or the restoration happens, all religions will just be gone. They'll just fall on their face. Because the truth will be known at that point. The truth table. That's why it didn't need to happen anymore. But yeah, it's Luke 17:21, 20:21. The kingdom
So
of heaven.
that's super optimistic, because, you know, people's religions, I think that's going to take quite a few generations for that to be out of people's, you know, consciousness, because some people are firmly rooted in indoctrination, even though they feel it's pretty hard to just for them to forget that their religions. But in generations, as you know, they see that, you know, every divine spark that's in you is in every single other being out there, is that same divine spark. So when you're looking at any other divine spark on this earth, you're actually dividing yourself away from that divinity. And they've taught people that should be the norm, to divide yourself from all of what is divine. And by doing that, you're dividing yourself from yourself. And when you do that, then you're caught in limbo. People are in states of limbo. People are, you know, in most cases living a lie, because they don't know anything other than their programming.
Well, I think what's going to happen is a spiritual awakening, and
it's been happening. I've seen this happening over this last 5 years. I'm so excited. In this last 5-6 years, I've seen, you know, things become more faster than I have in like the first like 40, you know, 5 years.
Yeah, well, what's going to happen is going to happen instantaneously, where there's just a poof, everyone's going to be restored. And that means our memory, 100% brain. So our full capacity and our DNA and our we're going to basically be healed instantly. If we had any ailments or any blockage, it'll be unblocked. So we're just going to be really restored. And at that point, God, the creator, is going to be known to all. Like everyone is going to see what we are. The spiritual awakening is going to be where religions just fall. They will fall because they won't be needed anymore, because everyone will have an understanding of our place in this. That's going to be the most beautiful thing of it all. Is just no more questioning, no more no more separation from the creator or each other. I mean, it's going to be so beautiful, and all that love based, who we're going to be is all going to be based in love, because that's just a natural thing that's going to happen. You feel that love, I feel that love, but I mean, it's going to be like everybody. It's just going to be
it just gets people back to their natural state. And so we don't know how long. For some people are a little stuck in their waves, so I don't have the same optimism as you, is that the switch just flips and then everybody's in that vibration. Like, I love that thinking, and I sure hope you're able to manifest that into existence. So but that's a little optimistic for my thinking. But every single moment alters reality. And so does it alter for love, goodness, the positivity, or are you manifesting something negative?
Yeah, I think there are people that are going to be coming. And yes, they will live in VR, and be batteries for loose farms. But we don't have to, we don't have to dwell on that, because we all have our role and our purpose, and people who are ready for it will be there for it. And we're going to be, in a new world, in a new earth, and it's going to be amazing. It's going to be beautiful. And if anything, if we can help anyone to rise up a little bit more, that's a blessing in itself. Even if it's just one person, it would be fulfilling. It would fulfill my hopes to be able to rise one person, just to prepare them better. Even if they are ready and just don't know it, it can be a scary thing. Change is scary for a lot of people. So it's a good change.
You have that. The one person is here. You've helped me, man.
Yeah. Well, it's all love. It's all, and I'm not better or worse. I'm equal with all of you, and we are all like perfect tens to our Creator. And I'm very glad I got as close as I did, and I look forward to getting closer. When it happens, because then any questions I may have had, will be answered, and that's a beautiful place to be in the certainty of our purpose in this creation. And I would like to have a few words with the Anunnaki if we get to meet. I'm gonna have a couple of words with them.
So I can set you guys up to talk.
But it's not my place to judge them either. It's not my place to judge them.
You just have to have a conversation, and I can look it up for you.
And I'm not even judging Gadriel, because I understand that he's very special to his father, and he's been given a lot of roles and a lot of power. And I don't like what he did, but I understand it as a process that we have to go through. It's sad. It's sad for me. For every child who suffers or died, or people that die from curable illness. I mean, it's a very sad story, that's for sure. And there's lots of tears, enough to fill a lake. But that's going to end. The tears will end. The suffering will end. And I'm glad it's going to end soon. I'm glad to be here. I feel very humbled to be able to see the finish line, and the restoration. And I'm glad, I was directed, through my faith, to find the answers to questions that no one would ever get. Like, very few people would have delved into the Gita and the read the Quran, and the Bible and Sumerian tablets. Nobody does that. So it's not a common thing. There's a few of us, but it's not common. Someone's, a Muslim, they're only going to read the Quran. They're not going to read any of the other books. Same with the Buddhists. But, my faith gave me the insight to look at them and to see what they all had to say. And, after putting it all together, it showed me Gadriel was very involved through the whole thing. No doubt about it. And he made us prove our faith. In order to find the truth, we had to go into unknown territory, of other religions, and the dangerous risk of, being converted to bad, some cult, Scientology or something.
But
So
the Anunnaki, is not Gadriel.
No.
Gadriel just used Anunnaki as a tool.
Oh yeah. Like the full story is like still unknown. I just know that that's an event. They had a purpose, a role. They came here for a reason. They left because they were aging like us, and they didn't like having shorter lives. They like their long life.
I don't know about left. I just think there's places of the earth where a lot of these different things live that we're not privy to see.
Oh yeah, creation is whatever your mind could think. It probably happened. It's yeah. I mean, we see all kind. We're still discovering crazy things in the ocean that we don't know what the hell it is. So yeah, creation is kind of creepy. I mean, I wish spiders weren't invented. Could have lived without flies and spiders and centipedes. I can live without them, but I know they have a purpose. I don't like it, but
But
they're
the
here
thing
for
though
a
is
reason.
if things were more in balance, so all the different things, including mosquitoes, are here for a purpose. Now,
Yep.
some of these things that part of the ecosystem need to eat these mosquitoes, right? But because they've made the things that eat mosquitoes scarce and made them go into hiding, they're not doing their job. We're out of harmony. When things were more in balance, where you'd have the bats and whatever, the dragonflies all around in part of the ecosystem, then it's going to be eating the mosquitoes, and they're not going to be hunting us like the way they do, because they need food and they have a lot less to select from because of how scarce they wanted things here.
Yeah, I think all these questions would be answered in an instant, and we're just gonna know. Like, are the light's gonna come on in our brain? We're gonna go from 10% to 100. I mean, it's hard to even imagine that. But
Hold on for the ride. Hold on
just
for
try to
the
imagine
ride when that lights up.
10%. Yeah, 10%. Just a very little itty bitty.
And
Tenth.
you're actually like being very very generous by saying 10%, because a lot of people are anywhere near 10%.
Chemically lowered. Yeah. Education will do that to you today. It'll lower you. All right, get you right down there. And all the 7-Eleven, PepsiCo, all their companies. You know what the name of the company that make their ice cream and everything? 7-Eleven, called Goyim. Go exclamation mark, and then Yum, YUM, Goyim.
Wow.
You see, this is the power of words. They can show you the truth, but you see Yum. You see Yum, and all the food is crap. Yeah, it's all bad food. It's PepsiCo.
It's Goyslaw.
But that's the thing, is the light is being shined on the darkness, and I don't think there's a more righteous place to be, is being the flashlight and showing it.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't expecting to be here tonight. So is this the truth table or no, that's right, High Vibe Love Tribe? Yes.
Yeah.
So I hope we didn't lower anybody's frequencies tonight.
You don't have to apologize. My frequencies definitely took lift off ever since you've been here, so nothing that you even have to apologize for.
Yeah, well, I do worry because
you worry about a lot, brother.
I blurt a lot out, and I know that there's a limit.
But there's nothing to worry about, because if any limit is ever reached, then you just remove yourself from that situation. So there's not ever anything that you ever do wrong. You just keep going and never apologize, because you're doing it from a pure heart. And if you are, then there's nothing ever to apologize for.
Yeah, I value this information, and I love to share it, and I think it's empowering, and it releases chains and shackles from people when they really see it. The lies, the light being shined in the darkness, and then you can free yourself from these things and see how we're all connected and how we've been divided, so we can loosen the chains off of our people we love, and free them from the chains as well. And I know there's, with me, when I talk to someone, I get really deep, especially this time.
No way.
But I know there's like a limit. There's like a certain amount of information where I have to stop because it's overwhelming, and it just sucks the energy out of people. And if I do too much, it's like overwhelming. It drains you. So I've learned to put the brakes on at a certain point, because I know it's a lot of information. It's a lot for the spirit. That spiritual reaction is happening too. Like when finding out someone lied to you, or someone you love cheated on you. I mean, it's very spiritually overwhelming, and that's a part of the process of what I talk about. But I really feel like the Creator is really helpful, has really helped me to find these answers. And the word God. I mean, who'd have thought? I mean, wow.
And that's a hard one for people to comprehend, because it goes against everything that they've been programmed into. And then you can see if people are still living in resistance just by sharing that one aspect of reality. And some Stockholm syndrome keeps people not liking that one very much. But it's funny it's not funny, but it's entertaining for me to see when someone's so resistant. And
but I don't want anyone to blame their priest or their pastor or their imam. I mean, they basically train, here's the book, this is the word of God, no ifs, ands, or buts. So they don't have a choice, and they're all driven by faith too. But this is like a teacher. She gets the curriculum, and no matter what she thinks is right or wrong, she has to follow the curriculum. And that's the same with the priests and the imams, and they're not really at fault here. We're dealing with a higher and much more intelligent source behind all of this, way smarter than me.
Maybe tomorrow we're gonna do another HVLT. So
you never know. Your last guest, he invited me to be on his show. I guess he has his own. I think I've seen him before too. I love his background. It's very nice. It's like way beyond truth table stuff.
Yeah,
I just got a flag.
He's been around for a long time, been around the High Vibe Love Tribe, and he's made a website and like a chat room and all that kind of stuff for it. So good for him.
Yeah, I love talking about it. So, and and he enjoyed it. And he was right. Like when he first looked at my words, he thought, oh man, this guy's like, shoo. And that's the way the truth works. The truth, it was made so brilliantly. I mean, the lies were so brilliant that they made the truth make you look crazy.
That's the biggest mind fuck.
It's very isolating when you find out Lord means Baal and God means Gadriel, the serpent, and that these are hard, because I know everyone that goes to church that I know is going to resist that information. I mean, because it's devastating to feel like you've been lied to. But we have to understand, we're talking about the God of this world, who's in opposition of us, doesn't think we're worthy of the kingdom of heaven that's within us.
Well, I think that the worthiness is case specific.
Yeah, but he's not like us. I mean, he's
majority is case specific. So what I'm saying is everyone's case specific, and there's a majority that's programmed that gets treated a certain way, but it's still case specific. It's not, I don't lump that everybody being treated the same by this thing.
Yeah. And that's why I try to limit how much information I give, because I know it's so much and it is overwhelming. But I love talking about it. I just, it's very it like raises my frequency talking about it. It's not like a buzz, it's like a high. It's like drinking a whole jug of spring water.
So that's why you had to stop the truth table, because you're addicted to it.
No, the truth table mission is finished.
And okay, but you're still addicted to it.
No. I'm addicted to the topic. The topic, not the show. The show's mission.
Oh no, not the truth table, but you're addicted to talking about it.
I love knowing that if someone really wanted to seek the truth and find the truth, might find it through me, through at least question a little bit enough to just look.
I've found lots of truth through you, and you've helped my journey immensely. So all that you've done has really benefited my life. So, know that you definitely had purpose with me.
Yeah, and that's humbling, because I learned from you. That's I first found you on YouTube, I think, and I started watching and followed you, and that's so I was a mystery. I was in the background, a follower, and and we became friends, and I'm grateful for that. And it's nice knowing that, to find people on the same mission, of truth and to benefit their fellow man. I think there's nothing more beautiful than not knowing someone and wanting to help them if they need help. I think that's the blind love.
It's acts of service, right? When you just like to have acts of service towards someone else for any reason, and it's perfect. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. It's a beautiful thing to be able to love blindly and unconditionally. And I think it opened a lot of doors, learning to love my enemy, because then I got to understand Gadriel and who he was and what he did. Because the vaccines really aren't there to kill the children necessarily. They're just to prevent us from becoming.
Well, it's all poison, so we're being systematically poisoned to keep us dumb and weak. So it's just more venom that's been given to us to poison us with that snake venom. So they're just plastics, petrochemicals, all of that stuff is allopathic medicine, is to poison us, to put a spell on us, to weaken our state.
At full capacity, we're a threat. That's why it has to happen, because if we had our full potential, we would be able to unravel things a lot quicker and solve things quicker, and what happened was quite brilliant, and it shows that even poison isn't killing us so much. So it's definitely very specific. It's brilliant. It's a brilliant concoction. Even the chemtrails, the rainwater, was brilliant to me. It's like, holy shit, this, like, wow, like, who would have thought? And everything has to be dug up in the ground. It's not something that comes out of the air. So all the ingredients have to be mined. So it just made it so obvious. If it's in the rainwater, they're mining this stuff and spraying it. So this is like a prescription. And that's what it read like. It read like a vaccine. Because I looked at all the vaccines and all the ingredients.
Yeah, we're on YouTube, so you have to be careful how
you did I? Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. They still doing that, eh?
Well, I don't know if they're still, but it really
I'm
affected
not recommending.
me. So it affected me negatively. So that was one I have to. No, I don't.
Yeah.
No limit on that one.
Yeah, well, I'm not an expert at anything, but I'm just saying I did look at each ingredients of all these things and come to conclusions without a medical license. But you can look up, what is the you can look it on online anywhere at medical information, or even the effects of this exposure to this, and how much is deadly. And so I did that. I looked at all the ingredients of all the needles and all the rainwater ingredients, And, you know, I summarized that, you know, whoever is behind all this is very in the know of how the body works. And only like Gadriel to me could come up with this. I don't see any human being in the right mind coming up with these ingredients. It's not a mankind thing.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make any sense to me to put these things together. Only someone like Gadriel could know this stuff, like to lower the music or raise music up from 432 to 440. Only Gadriel knows the true effect of that. We can see the results in sand and water, you know, using vibrations. We can see the difference between 432 and 440 just by looking at it. 432 is beautiful. It looks like, you know, the a beautiful like stenograph, whatever you call them, and 440 is like distorted and just blah. So we can see visually the effects of these things, but only to me, only Gadriel would know this stuff to raise the whole frequency, the standard tuning of music. So I mean, he didn't miss a beat. He did music. He's doing the air. He's doing in food ingredients. I mean, it's all non-normal. It's not something we would do. Yeah, I tuned my piano and guitar to I don't know if you can see it. Oh no, it's not there. Yeah, my piano and guitar are 432 as well, and I recommend it. In the city where I live, they bought rights to my music, to one of my songs in 432, and you can go on the hiking paths in my area and click on the code and play my music for the birds and the in the forest. I freaking love that. But yeah, it's for a year they bought my music, one of my songs, and so I play to the birds. My music's for the birds.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I'd like you and Anthony to play some music together. You're both musicians, so
yeah. I mean, I would if it wasn't so late. It's at 1:30.
no, it doesn't have to be right now. I mean, like
Oh
the
yeah,
time
that would be
you
fun.
guys
Yeah,
get to like link up and play some music together and stuff like that. I
yeah.
think that would be super cool.
I would love it. I got a big piano right there. That's where all the music comes from. The theme song for the truth table was all 432. So that's another thing that I found. You know, I've been finding all these rabbit holes, and music was the first one really, and most important as a musician. It was like finding a gold treasure at the end of the rainbow, a pot of gold. It's like, wow. It's like, this is a spiritual thing here. This is not just, oh, let's just raise it up. I mean, nobody would have think of that, you know. It's not something human.
Yeah, like, it's definitely like something twisted, right? But, to like just like change the frequency. Let's just change their dial, you know, change their months, change their you know days, change their hours, right?
And who changed the Gregorian calendar?
Just synthetic, and then filled with synthetics and toxins and poisons, and then fill their brains with everything divisive that hey, your God's better than any other God out there, so you fight for it because you're right and they're all wrong.
Yeah, and Pope Gregory, Vatican again, divining serpent, Gadriel, changed the months, the Gregorian calendar by Pope Gregory. So yeah, the church has been there the whole time, and he's in charge. He's in charge there. And I found him. And he was hidden in plain sight. You could see the serpent, you know, the place where the Pope goes and has meetings or what have you. It's shaped just like a serpent. It's like it's a sorcery. It really is. We've been dealing with. If the English language was used as a part of the sorcery, that's going to be their one language, one world language.
So many spells in that spelling.
And the reason why words are so important. and how we have no idea, people have no idea how powerful words can be, and how a beautiful a word love is. Just saying the word love. I love this day. I love the greatest mystery in my lifetime was finding out what's going on here. Who's behind all of this? What amazing, magnificent creator made all these beautiful bluebirds and and dolphins and Anthony.
We can't see you. His camera's dark.
Doing blackface. I can do blackface. See? Oh man. Yeah, my humor's out there too, isn't it? It doesn't matter where I go. My humor is just out there. I was astro traveling into Jesse's brain tonight, and I got lost and I got trapped. I get trapped in his head, and I didn't know how to escape. And you see, that's a good example of me bringing people into my fantasy land. You know, into my imagination. Let's not say fantasy land, but in my imagination. And it's fun there. It's a fun place to be, in the imagination. And
there was a UFC fighter in my imagination in my sleep last night. Dominic Cruz. He was an ex-champion UFC fighter, and he was like, you were right in the role last night.
Oh. Hello, Anthony. I have to go to the men's room, and I will be right back.
Sounds good. Looks like Anthony's got some connection issues because you're frozen right now, Anthony. I'm not sure if you can hear or see me, but you're there. Yeah, you're like your tongue is sticking in. There you go. There you go. I think you're back.
I don't know, mate. I don't know what's going on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'll play one song, eh?
Yeah, we can hear. You can play a song for us. That'd be amazing.
Just to finish off, eh, brother?
Yeah, man.
How's that?
That sounds good.
No heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below.
Oh, you kind of cut out there. You kind of cut out.
Only sky. And all the people given for today. Actually, no country isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. No religion to passion all the people. Given life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Hope someday you join us
Okay.
Sharing all the world. They say I'm a dreamer. But I'm the only one. Hope someday you join us. And the world will live as one.
We don't hear you, Paul.
Right?
That was
I
great,
could-
Anthony. Paul was playing with you, but we couldn't hear anything coming out of his thing. I think you
could
heard
hear
it
it.
in your headphones. You heard it in your headphones, but we didn't transfer over to us.
Yeah. Yeah, I was playing it too.
I don't know. I've got a bad internet, I think, today.
Yeah, the internet. But we heard that was good, Anthony. And Paul went to play with you, but his piano is not coming through the microphone. So it wasn't
Yeah,
before. So he was playing, and only he could hear it because it was in his headphones. So he was playing
Yeah.
with you, but only he could hear himself playing with you.
Fair enough. That's it. There's the outside, mate. Nice rainy day today.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Could you hear that?
Yeah, we could hear that.
Oh.
Have a good one. I'm off.
Oh, you're not going to stay and hang out?
No. Just one song, mate.
Thanks so much for coming up and hanging out and playing the song.
No worries.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Imagine's
brother.
a great
Please.
song.
Yeah, it's beautiful. He was a freak.
Yeah, I enjoyed.
All right, I'll let you go. I've got bad internet.
Okay, well, now that you want to go, now it's good. Now you're not freezing.
Yeah. I lit the fire. Beautiful. All
Yeah,
right.
man.
Catch up with you. See ya.
Okay, see you later, brother.
You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Yeah, music's definitely what's kept me alive all these years. It is a blessing to have these things here to express and take what might be bad inside and turn it into something beautiful.
It's not bad. You're just taking some of your divinity and making it into something more beautiful.
Yeah, and each song has a message, you know. The songs of today are really kind of a programming situation. We're being like, you
think? Thanks, tips.
Yeah, we're here to give you all the tips, but no medical advice. We cannot give you medical or legal advice. Yep, but we're coming to a place of beauty, and I wonder what's going to happen next. I'm really curious. I haven't been given any gutful insight yet. The truth table was a gut thing. It was a gutful. I just knew there was things that had to be said and have to be archived and accessible, so people, if they really need that information, they can find it. And I think you did that as well. It's something we both did. You did a lot with your guests and me with my guests, where they had, they reveal something that is profound, meaningful.
I just felt really fortunate to be able to just talk with so many interesting and amazing, creational beings that have seen different things and experienced different things, and then just have a cool conversation, like an honest conversation with them, and just ask them about stuff that they're like interested in and stuff. And it just, I feel really fortunate that I got to do that with so many different amazing people.
I feel the same way. And
AI viewers.
I forgot to share this.
Twitch gives you a message and, hey, do you want AI viewers? Do you want bots viewing your stuff? They're asking if you want bots. That's funny. Yes, sign me up.
There we go. I think I shared it. I think it put Tucker Carlson for some reason. I may have to check. Oh, no. Perfect. All right. It's shared.
Cool. 3 hours, 44 minutes, and 44 seconds. 3:44:44 is what I just looked at.
1:46 a.m. here. So
what?
That's my time. 1:46 a.m. You're
probably 1:46. Oh yeah, we're 11:46. Yeah.
Yeah, so I probably said everything I had to say tonight. I don't know what else I could add. I wasn't prepared. I didn't shave or brush my hair. I just came spontaneously, and I'm glad I did. I look forward to going on that show, the live stream of consciousness.
Yeah.
So that should be interesting. And of course, I'll join anytime you like, as long as I'm available. I would. I enjoy our conversations.
Yeah,
never a dull moment.
He's a good friend, right? Like, he's been around for a long time.
Yeah, so I look forward to that. I think everything just happens for a reason. There's no mistakes, and I trust my gut. So I knew to come here tonight. Someone needed to hear our message.
I'm glad you did. I needed to hear it, so it was perfect that you came.
Well, I'm humbled just that you think highly of me. I'm very humble, so I don't know how to react to these things, but I'm humble.
You've always been super nice to me, so how could I not be like super nice back, right? Like,
yeah, but you're super nice to everybody too.
Well, not everybody. I try to be. I'm still working on me too, man.
Well, I want to thank you for inviting me, and I shared it on my platform on Facebook. So I might even watch it again from the start when I wake up. So I wish you a good night, and I appreciate you, and thank you.
Thank you, man. Love you, man. Appreciate you coming and hanging out.
And everyone else, I hope Everyone has a great night. I'm still going to keep this on. I'm just going off stream because I like to wear my onesie at nighttime. Otherwise, I'm usually wearing my ninja outfit at this time of night. But God bless you all. Oh, I said God. May the Creator bless and empower you all.
Bliss.
And fill you with love and understanding in this spiritual, beautiful spiritual awakening, born in blood, not in blood, born in love. I gotta watch what I say. So thank you again, my brother.
You're very welcome. And born in blood is even when you have a baby, there's blood, so it's born in love, just the same. So there's
blood,
that's not far off from
water, love, light, all of it mixed together, and it become and frequencies that hold us together and become individuals. So yeah, I feel very blessed and fortunate to be a part of this process. And what's coming for us is going to be magnificent and blissful, and I can't wait.
That's one of my happiest things about you is that your optimism. It's really in like, I'd say infectious, but maybe that's even like a spell word. So it's very appreciated.
Thank you, brother. Cheers.
Okay, later. Thanks for joining the High Vibe Love Tribe. And so Marsha, it was 3 hours, 44 minutes and 44 seconds, the length of time. It's 3:48 now. And he's out. Thanks for coming. Thanks for hanging out. This was the High Vibe Love Tribe. Appreciate Anthony coming up and sharing his song, his little internet connection, but that definitely made the vibrations. We're live on a bunch of different platforms. We'll probably be live tomorrow again. I just want to do some dancing. If people join, they join. If not, that's cool too. Appreciate you still being around. I'm sure there's been a lot of people here for a lot of hours, and 3 hours and 44 minutes has been a long time. But glad to have some dancing and some guided meditation and some company of the homies. So appreciate y'all. The tribe is alive, and we're actually gonna maybe take the next step, let's try to build a community somewhere. Jill, awesome to see you. Oven blessings to you, Jesse. Appreciate that was fun. I enjoyed that thoroughly, and conversation is good. I've really missed the conversation. I've missed kind of hanging out with y'all. Life just seems to have unexpected turns, and appreciate that. Yes, build a new community. That's what we're doing. We're building the community, the tribe. Make the tribe word cool again. We're building a new community through our tribe. Anything else that we needed to share? Yeah, we have right now in our city, it's like this, not sure where all you're from. It says there's like 25 people here, and wherever you're from. And we also have, how many people over here? We have 21 on our other ones. We have 46 people. Wow. Thanks for staying, hanging out, sending love and blessings to y'all. See, I'm looking to just better the way, my words and I communicate. And so I'm looking not to use these spell words. It's interesting how some people are so, I guess, possession of spell words. It's like you can see the possession, where the possession comes from is when you look to help people with their spell words and they don't want to hear it. It goes against everything that they've been programmed to be. I don't want to hear that spell word. No way. Just seeing that like live, like, wow. It's a fascinating journey, reality of existence, and all of what has came before us has got us to where we are today. So it's really important, the molecules that have been passed down, the ancestry. Ancestry is really important. I'm looking to learn more about that. Paul, I'm learning to astro traveling out of the wash where it can be the most inspiring. So when I was playing this Tibetan singing bowl, and I have a friend that got into such a meditative state that he floated, and while just listening to the singing bowl, and he floated, and he like floated from his room and floated to the couch, just floated there. He said it never happened since, I think he said college. It was like many, he was because more, distinguished gentleman, and he said it was like he hadn't done that in like many, I think it was like 20 years, floated, just listening to the Tibetan singing bowl. Maybe we'll play some of it. No time better than the present. I love this joke. It's perfect. Just the High Vibe Love Tribe is very, I guess family orientated. So you never know what age of people are listening and watching. So sometimes jokes that aren't age appropriate get eye roll or ain't funny at age appropriate time, right? Not saying it's not funny, but some things are, again, we look to speak into existence the words that are most in alignment with us. Our true essence, our magnetic footprint. But words are like everything, but it's also nothing. Like what you're talking about just the age of the knowing. No, you could have stayed as long as I'm up here, man. I would tell you if I wanted you to go, man. That's interesting how people assume things. And they say assume is make an ass out of you to me, is how you spell assume. ASSUME. Love you too, brother. Ah, yes, we live. Jax is cool. I know you, Jesse. You do interviews. Yeah. It did. That was an interesting time. So all things shift, and here. So before the interviews, I'm not sure if you're still here, Jax. It says, there's still on this one place 27 and 24, 40, 51. Yeah, my mind. Oh yeah, definitely need some water. So make sure you're all hydrating. So before the interviews that we did, that we were asked to do, before them, we did this thing called the High Vibe Love Tribe, is what we just did. And it's just us volunteering our time to raise the vibration and in turn get like a really good physical workout. Dancing for an hour, incorporating some weights, doing a little bit of like, I guess, martial art weights, and go for like an hour, right? Get the body, because one thing we don't do is sweat a lot, and when we don't sweat a lot of the toxins stay in our body. So it's important to sweat, and it's a good thing that we do. And the High Vibe Love Tribe dances and just goes for about an hour, and then we like cool down a little bit, and then we put on a guided meditation, so able to just kind of get into a meditative state. It takes practice to be able to meditate, and if you haven't, it just takes practice. Everybody can meditate, not hard for anyone to do. So this is Jax, this is what we interviewed, like a lot of different people, but before that we were doing, so we've been kind of around for being awake and aware for 30 plus years, right? And just just being different, knowing different, and learning the most we could. And I was even like probably over 30 years ago trying to talk to all the people and say, let's take back the government. They're really like fleecing everyone and stealing and harming and doing all kinds of like crazy shit. And so this was 30 years ago that I was like aware of these things and trying to like organize like groups of capable people to at least make a dent, or make a good attempt, that's for sure. And so over the years, I've always just kind of known, and I've been researching, and I've just been sharing things and just looking to enlighten people to different things that I see. and mostly behind the scenes. And then I had a good friend of mine, Melissa. She wanted to go live and do these topics, and she had 45 different topics, and we went live 90 straight days, and all the different topics were about like human emotions and different things like love and equanimity and patience, all kinds of different words for 45 straight days. And we went 45 again, so we went 90 straight days going live. So that kind of altered things for me quite a bit. And during that time, people were asking me to go on their like shows to explain different things that I was knowing or learning. And we just we at the time, so as things were going, and then when 2020 hit, we seen how they just wanted everybody to be in fear. They wanted everybody to be afraid. And so we pivoted. We decided we're not gonna share all this like crazy true stuff to make people aware of like the last 30 years. We want to spin it and raise the vibration. And so while the whole world was, majority of the world was, afraid of everything, we were looking to alter reality to, high vibration. So we did a Meditate for the Earth Day with David Wilcock, the guy who just passed. And he was meditating for the Earth Day. And we were like saying like, let's, prayers for the Earth Day, meditate for the Earth Day. Let's just have all the people just come together. And so I was really promoting it hard for people to, meditate, do your thing on I think it was April 8th. It was April 8th of 2020, Meditate for the Earth Day. So while everybody's like on this like crazy fear trip, right? They're making the whole world through all the media and all the doctors and everything, trying to make people as afraid as possible. We didn't want to add to that. There was definitely more than the fair share. There was definitely enough of, people living in fear. And so we just went, and all of a sudden we're watching this Meditate for the Earth and David Wilcock, and we decided to go live. They were playing Tibetan singing bowls, and then Old Trusty came out. And so this is in 2020. And just started playing along with them, live on Meditate for the Earth Day. And then all of a sudden a whole bunch of people showed up. And Anthony was one of the ones that showed up. And who's here right now. If anybody else is listening that's been there from, the beginning, 2020, it was, I believe it was April 8th. It was Meditate for the Earth Day on 2020. And I'm just like, wanting to really put some good intentions that, people not be afraid. And so all of a sudden everybody just started showing up, and we started, talking to people and talking about what was going on. And there was like 20, 30 people, more than 30 people. We just went live, like, for the first time, just kind of like solo like that. And next thing you know, there's so much people that just enjoyed having the conversation, and there was lots of energy. And we decided, I'm like, hey, did you want me to come back tomorrow and do this? And everybody's like, yeah, come back tomorrow. I was like, okay. I'm like, and then so we came back the next day and the next day and the next day, and I'm not sure how many days in, but we thought, hey, if we're gonna be like a cool group, then we should, be the High Vibe Love Tribe, just a tribe of really cool people. And well, it started by people putting in their I asked people what would be good names, and everybody was putting the names, and that's the name we came to, was the High Vibe Love Tribe. And it just worked out like perfect. And we did that for 11 straight months, 7 days a week for all of the rest of 2020 and into 2021 is we did this High Vibe Love Tribe where, and at the beginning when I put on some music and started dancing, I danced for like 15 minutes. I wasn't as in good shape as 10 months, 11 months down the road, dancing 7 days a week. And we were dancing from like 1 to 1.5 hours every single day for 11 straight months. So that was getting in shape. But then we also did guided meditations, we did healing frequencies, and the whole premise of the safe space was no politics, no, nothing viral. And it was so much fun and just met so many cool people. And at one point we had like over 3,000 live viewers just like watching us dance and meditate and like kind of really it was really interesting that people needed that place, that safe space. Like we have like lifelong friendships because of that, and that mission to just go and dance on camera and do some funky martial art dance and whatever. I just stretch dance, and then just have some Tibetan singing bowls and healing frequencies, and how it was High Vibe Love Tribe was born. And then that's what we were doing tonight. So, it kind of stopped in 2021. So that's 5 years. Wow. So we've done the odd High Vibe Love Tribe here and there. But that's what it is. It's just, usually it's like 2 hours. Like when I did it last Saturday, it was 6 hours. We were on for 6 hours. And now we're at 4 hours and 9 minutes. And I think I'm kind of like getting tired. So I think we did our time today. Our act of service to open safe space. Thanks for all coming out, hanging out. We're going to be going, you don't have to answer, of course, but she's went on a different journey. But yeah, so someone was saying earlier, and this is the quote that or the poem that I brought up. And so I was going to read it at a time, but, there was just energies that were, being heard. So I'm going to read it now. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of the Creator, and your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We were born to make manifest the glory of Creator that's within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. And that's from Marianne Williamson. So thanks for y'all coming out, hanging out, and probably going to go live tomorrow again with HVLT, but not sure. We'll see. Thanks for everybody who's joined. And so we went from HVLT into, doing interviews, and we interviewed, over 1,000 well, we did over 1,000 interviews and probably interviewed at least 850 different people. And so at the time, you know, when we were doing High Vibe Love Tribe, people were asking, your interview with Carrie Cassidy was awesome. Yeah, we've been on with her quite a few times, and she's definitely got a fascinating take on things, and I really enjoy talking with her. So maybe we'll chat with her again. So the thing about, you know, meeting all those people is that, you know, we can have more conversations with them in just a different setting, a different environment, different way to have the conversation, different mindset, even like such a different mindset from years ago will just, you know, spark different conversations. So, but I appreciate Jax, you saying that and remembering the interview. I don't even have to do much. I just was like facilitating a space for people to share whatever information that they felt that they needed to share and stuff. So So you're welcome, Marcia. Thanks for coming and hanging out, and for everybody that's still on all the different platforms here. And even on the live stream of consciousness YouTube channel, there's someone that's been here and hanging out. Maybe even Michael and his girl. Well, it was another successful. It is after midnight. Time to get some sleep. Sleep's really important. I think that's one way that they've affected people's health so much is by not allowing them to sleep deeply. Some people even have trouble, you know, getting to sleep and constantly feeling unwell because they can't sleep. It's pretty wild. Technology definitely didn't help that, that's for sure. But yeah, so that's what we've gone through this journey. Thanks for sharing this out if you feel inclined to. If you already have, appreciate the energy that you brought through all the comments, through the high vibration, dancing with us, meditating with us, maybe even playing an instrument when we had Anthony and Paul up here playing and singing. So just about connecting and sharing that vibration, sharing that energy. So definitely high vibe. And we'll see you next time we see you. We're not sure where that is, but you know, last week we did Saturday. And this week we thought we do Friday because maybe we'll do Saturday too, but not exactly sure. But if we are, you'll see it, or just come check it out again for one love, one heart, one life. Namaste, everyone. Bye bye.